It has not been this nice out in so long. Like, it's 80 degrees, it's sunny, there's not a cloud in the sky. I think it's a great day to go test out my new coilovers. So first impressions of the HKS Hypermax 4 SPs. They're a lot tighter than the stock suspension. The thing is, I didn't even think that suspension could be much tighter than the stock suspension on the FRS because it was so tight and honestly uncomfortable. But this suspension that's on the car now, it's like you're getting stabbed in the back every 3 seconds. In all fairness, that is what I wanted because I wanted track suspension. I wanted something that would totally sacrifice comfort to make me like faster on the track, faster around. So I did ask for that, and that's not something that I'm trying to diss the suspension for. I'm just saying if you're considering the suspension, realize that it may not be good for daily driving. Luckily, HKS makes suspension that is good for daily driving, and it's called the HKS Hypermax 4 GTs. So if you're not okay with getting stabbed in the back every 3 seconds, maybe this isn't the suspension for you, but you could give the GTs a look. So now I'm going to take the FRS down the snake, and I'm going to bring you guys along, and I'm going to talk to you guys about how it feels to take it through the corners. Now the thing is, this car is still running the stock wheels and stock tires, so I can't get a full feel for what the suspension can really do because I'm just so handicapped by the stock wheels and tires. But I can give you guys an idea of how it feels compared to the stock suspension, like when it comes to body roll and all that kind of stuff. So I'll bring you guys along and I'll tell you guys how it feels with my first impressions of these suspensions. These suspensions, not coilovers, these suspensions. But before I go inside the car and start talking about how like it feels to drive, look at how good this looks compared to stock. Like when this car was stock, the wheel gap was like that. It was insane. It did not look good. And even though this is still running the stock wheels, this just looks so much better. It's such an improvement.
You guys don't know any like delivery places that like won't ask for your route?
Alright, so setting off in the FRS in its new HKS Hypermax 4 SP suspension. That is a super long name. I'm just going to call it the new coilovers from now on. One thing that I'm still trying to learn, because I'm definitely new to pretty much all car things, is I don't know how to heel toe. So a lot of going down this canyon right now is going to be me practicing heel toe as well as checking out the suspension. I'm not going to go very hard because I really am completely new to this car and the suspension. But right off the bat, what I can tell you guys that's different from the first time we went canyoning is that there is literally zero body roll. Like, I'm not going very hard, but I can totally feel a difference as opposed to the last time that I was in the canyons. Like, going around this corner here and here, there is zero body roll, like nothing. When I was on my way here, I was going through a canyon and I took it around a corner and gave it a little bit of gas and I felt zero body roll, but then the tail slid out a little bit. Like, at this point, the tires and wheels are what's holding back this car beyond doubt, like totally beyond the suspension. The suspension now with these new coilovers is light years better than what the tires and wheels can handle. So those are definitely the next upgrade that I need to do. I feel really planted in the road, like I know exactly where I'm gonna be when I turn the wheel. I think what I don't know with these coilovers is what the limit is with the tires, because I feel so confident with everything that I'm doing that I cannot find the limit. The limit definitely finds me. God, this car is amazing. The weight distribution, the way that it handles everything, it's so fine-tuned and so nice. If only the engine didn't sound like a lawnmower, this thing is so freaking good. I have zero fear going around these corners. Like, I know exactly where I'm gonna end up on the other side, and I know that I'll be okay. Like, the car feels so secure and so safe, and it inspires so much confidence in me. I definitely do feel the bumps in the road a lot more with the suspension, like I was saying earlier. And also, I'm completely new to having a low car, and if you've never had a low car before, let me tell you that it inspires a totally new fear in you that you never had while driving. Like, you have to watch out for things in the road that you never like noticed before. So now I'm just casually driving because I'm outside of the canyon, and I'm gonna make a U-turn and head back. But right now, like just casually driving out of the canyon, I can feel how stiff the suspension is. Like I can feel everything in the road. All right, so heading back up the canyon now. I just want to push this car harder and harder, but I know that the tires are going to slip out and it just isn't a good idea. And also, I have so little experience taking this car through the canyons, especially with this new coils. I know that if I push it as hard as I want to, I'm definitely going to end up on the side of a cliff. That's just going to show you how confidence-inspiring these coils are. I didn't realize that the coilovers could make this much of a difference. Like, I knew that they were going to be good, and I knew that they were going to help the suspension, but I didn't realize that it was going to make the car this stable around corners. I just lost the tires a little bit, but like the car was so stable and so planted. Also, another thing about these coilovers is when you do lose the tail, it's so easy to catch it. Like it's just, you don't even have to think about it, you're just like, lost tail, catch. Like, it's just that simple. You can just catch the wheels. I'm sorry if the video footage is so shaky. It's just that the car is really stiff at this point, so it may not look as crystal clear as I hope it does. It's just so easy. Like a baby could drive this car up this canyon and get a good time. The sun's starting to set. Alright, so that's going to do it for this video. It was just pretty much a quick drive to test out these new coilovers, and I love them. The suspension is like way rougher and way harder, but it feels so sporty, and it's so good around the canyons. Like, I love this. I love these new coils, and I cannot wait for all the rest of the modifications that we're going to do. This car is going to be an amazing track car. Like, I cannot wait for the day I get on the track. But until then, make sure you guys subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. See you guys next time.